Okay, so January 19th, it's a very mild day. Look at that. They're out robbing some of these frames here that I left, which is just fine by me. Great flying activity. I don't think I have to explain to anybody the wonderful feeling of seeing your bees alive still. And so far, yeah, looking really good. Our nuke looks like it should be fine. Yeah, look at that. Look at all that activity. I'm going to continue to leave that sorry, phone call came in there. I'm going to continue to leave that grate here, this mouse guard that we have, because it really doesn't look like it's hindering their movement at all. So we'll just leave that. But yeah, seeing good flight activity from most of them. Here, let's pick one that doesn't have much flight activity and take a peek here. Doesn't look too promising. Check the other side. Let's see here. Oh, but good flight activity in the front. So personally, not seeing bees at the top is probably, I take it as a good sign, simply because when you have a lot of bees right on the front, or right on the top of the column, or top of the frames, it usually means that they're running low on feed as they're working their way up. So I can't say I'm disappointed by that. Let's here, take a look at some more here. It's so good to see the girls out. Yeah, so another example of but you know what, let me grab my hive tool here and see. I bet you the cluster is, come on. Oh, now they're coming up. And I didn't exactly prepare to work them here, but they're there. Yeah, okay, gotta close that because I don't like getting stung in the face. I mean, it's been at least 2 or 3 weeks since I've been stung in the face, but actually no, I lie. It's actually just last week when I was in California. So, but anyway, okay, no, they're alive and flying well. And how awesome to see that. That's just such a relief. And so I've had a few people, that was actually one other thing I was going to address on this video. I've had a few people ask me about emergency feeding, and obviously on a day like this, where they're flying like this, you could help stock them up. Probably the best way to feed them, if you do have to this time of year, would be a fondant right on top of the frames. Or what one guy told me, which I think is a really neat idea, makes a lot of sense too, is to take some newspaper. There's our nuke. I don't know if you can see them there, but they are definitely alive. And what's better too, they've got good stores still left. So, but anyways, you can take, obviously you do this right on the frames, but you can put a piece of newspaper, and put white sugar, just dry white sugar. And a couple of things that does, it absorbs the moisture, and then also as it absorbs the moisture, it starts to melt, and they can obviously eat that a lot easier as well. There's a couple of options. You can always, if you don't have the space above, what you can do, you can put a shallow super and use that extra space to put the newspaper and the sugar, or just even build yourself a little 1-inch shim that's the same dimensions of the box that you can put on there, and you can feed them that way. One thing I was going to do for our nuke here, just for the heck of it, even though I probably don't think it needs it, is a friend of mine up in Canada turned me on to this product here. It's Super DFM by Strong Microbials out of, I believe, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And anyways, it's microbials that are antiviral in properties. And so I'm going to give them one dose of that. I mean, certainly can't, I mean, what harm can it do, right? To, you know, take advantage of this activity, and if we can knock any kind of viral issues that may have been established earlier last year, let's do that. So, but anyways, otherwise I am standing in the midst of thousands of flying bees, and it feels so good. So anyways, look at that little girl. Where did she go? Oh, she flew away. Anyways, happy beekeeping, and we'll catch you later. So here's one more perfect example. Okay, so say you go out and it's not as mild as what it is today. It's the 19th of January. It's in the 50s. Obviously there's lots of activity. You can tell the hive is alive, but say it's not as mild, and you go out to check on your hive, and this is what you see. Doesn't look very promising, but once again, just to reiterate, that if you fed them well, you don't want them that high up into the boxes yet. But look at that. When we pull the second box apart, we can see that there's plenty of bees, plenty of activity. So don't get discouraged if on a colder but milder day you go out and you open the lid and you don't see anything. A lot of times this time of the year, if you fed them till they're a pretty good weight, they're going to be lower in the boxes. So anyways, okay, I'm going to go off now. Got my pet to take with me. How can you not love these things? Look at that cute. Anyways, I'll talk to you later.